This blog post discusses a Next.js app leveraging the new Server Actions feature in Next.js 14. Server Actions allow for direct server-side operations, such as file manipulation, to be called from React components, removing the necessity for separate API routes. The project aims to explore the implementation of Server Actions in a Next.js application to enhance server-client interactions. This README provides guidance on setup, usage, and understanding the project structure. The text instructs users to install the necessary packages by running the command pnpmi. To start the development server, simply run the command npm run dev. The following are important code snippets. The provided code snippet is a React functional component named home. It renders a single child component called ClientComponent. This component likely interacts with server actions, although the specific implementation details of those actions are not included. The home function does not accept any parameters and returns a JSX fragment containing the client component. The provided text outlines a TypeScript code snippet that requires the useServer directive at the top of a server action file. It imports necessary modules, including constants and the file system API. The snippet defines two asynchronous functions, readFileFromServer, which reads a file based on its file name and returns its content as a promise, and appendToFile, which appends content to a specified file and also returns a promise. Both functions are designed to work with server-side operations. The code snippet defines an asynchronous TypeScript function, readFileFromServer, which reads the contents of a specified file from the server. It constructs the file path using a base directory, data, and the provided file name. Inside a try-catch block, it attempts to read the file using the fs.readFile method with UTF-8 encoding. If successful, it returns the file contents. If an error occurs, it checks if the error is an instance of the error class and returns a message detailing the error. For unknown errors, a generic message is returned. This function effectively handles file reading with proper error management. The provided code snippet defines an asynchronous function called appendToFile, written in TypeScript. This function takes a file name and content as arguments and appends the content to the specified file located in a directory defined by the constant data dir. Here's a brief overview of its functionality. 1. File path resolution. The function constructs the full path of the file using path.resolve. 2. Appending content. It attempts to append the content to the file using fs.appendFile, ensuring the new content is added on a new line. 3. Error handling. If an error occurs during the file operation, it checks if the error is an instance of the error class and returns a descriptive error message. If the type of error is unknown, it returns a general error message. 4. Success response. If the content is appended successfully, it returns a success message. Overall, the function is designed to handle file appending operations in a robust manner with appropriate error handling. The provided code snippet illustrates the structure of a React client component that uses TypeScript and includes the useClient directive at the top. This component, named ClientComponent, utilizes React hooks to manage state, specifically for file content, new content for appending, and messages. Key functionalities include viewing a file. The handleViewFile function fetches content from a server file using readFileFromServer and updates the state with the retrieved content. Appending to a file. The handleAppend function appends new content to a specified file using appendToFile, updates the message state with the response, and clears the input after the action. Overall, the component emphasizes interactive file management by allowing users to view and manipulate file content directly from the client side. The provided code is a React functional component written in TypeScript that renders a user interface for interacting with a file. The main structure includes 1. A div container styled with a CSS module. 2. A button labeled View File Content that, when clicked, triggers the handleViewFile function to display the file's content. 3. A pre-element that shows the content of the file through the file content variable. 4. Another button labeled appendToFile that invokes the handleAppend function when clicked, allowing users to add content to the file. 5. A text area that allows users to input new content with its value bound to the new content state and updates the state on change. 6. A p element that displays a message, indicated by the message variable. This UI component facilitates file content viewing and modification through user interactions. The blog post discusses the user interface of a web application, highlighting its main page design. An image reference is provided to showcase the layout and visual elements of the UI. The focus likely revolves around the effectiveness and aesthetics of the UI, possibly touching on usability and user experience features that enhance interaction. The following are points worth mentioning. The text instructs users to inspect the Network tab in Chrome DevTools to verify that the file content is being correctly received as a server response. It includes a visual reference, represented by an image link that demonstrates this process. The text highlights that the code for the function readFileFromServer is not visible in the Sources tab of Chrome DevTools, demonstrating that server-side actions are executed on the server and not exposed to the client-side browser. An illustrative image accompanies the explanation. Server actions are a feature of React that Next.js enhances by offering a framework to use them more efficiently. This section of a blog post provides resources for understanding React server components and client components. It includes a link to a YouTube playlist specifically focused on React server components, as well as a link to documentation on server actions in React. Additionally, it features a script for syntax highlighting, indicating code examples are likely present in the context of the post.